ورزوان أخي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I just want to clarify something about the issue of combining between the prayers. Okay? So what happened last week, I was giving dawah to a sick person. And I mentioned to him, they mentioned sometimes Islam legislation is a bit difficult. So I mentioned no, Islam legislation is a mercy. So I give an example. In our time, we pray, as everyone aware and everyone knows, that we pray 5 times a day. Okay? We pray 5 times a day. The latest prayer, called Salat al-Isha, we pray it, the time comes in 20 past 11, half 11 is very late. Okay? The next prayer, which is called a morning prayer, it comes in 2:45. So the people have to pray half past 11, go and sleep, wake up for Fajr, go back and sleep, wake up to go work or their kids. So it's very difficult. So there is a narration in Sahih Muslim on the authority of Abdullah ibn Abbas. He said, we used to combine between the prayers during the life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when there was no winter or severe cold. They said, why? He said, to remove hardship, to remove difficulties. So combining the prayers, you're allowed to combine if you're traveling. If you're traveling, you combine and you shorten the prayer. For example, you combine between a Dawah prayer and a Asr prayer. Dawah prayer, 4 units. Asr prayer is 4 units. But when you're traveling, it's 2 and 2. And shows you what? Because when a person is traveling, he's very busy with his travel. And he's doing stuff. So to make it easy for him. So he can combine during the Dawah time or during Asr time. Likewise, you can combine between Maghrib and Isha. However, Maghrib, you don't shorten the prayer. A Maghrib prayer stays 3 units. You shorten Isha prayer. Likewise, you don't shorten the prayer of Fajr. It's still 2 rak'at. Some people, they think the only time you combine between the prayers if you are traveling. No. Likewise, in the mosque, if there is severe cold and raining, the imam is allowed to combine between the prayers without shortening the prayers. Okay? You with me so far? However, now there's difficulty. So the scholars, the likes of Imam Albani, the likes of Ibn Uthaymeen, the likes of Sheikh Ubaid, they said because very difficult for the Muslims, therefore based upon this narration, you are allowed to combine between Isha and Maghrib. Okay? Why? Because it's very difficult. Okay? Because you have to go sleep early, wake up Fajr, then wake up for work. Okay? So, that's one thing. So you're allowed to combine. Also, who's allowed to combine? Someone who's very sick. He's sick. Very sick. Sheikh Muhammad said, you're allowed to combine between the prayers because it's very difficult for you to wait, go make wudu, then go pray again. So you're allowed to combine. What does show us, my brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you all, that show us, even for the non-Muslims, that show us Islamic legislation cannot be made about Prophet Muhammad because it's too detailed. Why we have to pray 4 and pray 2? Why we have to do these prayers? Because shows you that Islam is based upon mercy. Allah said, وَمَا جَعَلْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. Allah doesn't want to make it hard upon you.
Shamsi,
Allah doesn't... Go on.
I need you to start again. I didn't press record.
Oh, bro. يا أخي
Sorry, Akhi.
والله يا أخي أبغى
Just about the prayer bit. Just about the prayer bit. You know when...
والله يا أخي I have to ask one of them. أخي literally يا سعيد I'm struggling but I have to you tell her الله المستعان. So one of you give him or something. Hey, I said no. So what you have to understand, that shows you Islam is based upon just mercy and justice. And if there's difficulty for someone, for example, sometimes you're allowed to combine between the prayers. Imagine winter time. Winter time, if you pray Dhuhr, and if you're traveling from West London to East London, by the time you get there, it's going to be Maghrib. So what you do, because it's going to be difficult for you, you're allowed to combine. But not as a habit. No, between 2 prayers. Dhuhr and Asr, or Maghrib. Huh? Yeah, not all the prayers, mashallah. Because some people do, they wait after Isha and they pray all the prayers. Fajr, Asr, Dhuhr, not Dhuhr. This is a joke in this life. No, you're allowed to combine between Dhuhr and Asr during Dhuhr time, or between Dhuhr and Asr during Asr time, or you're allowed to combine between Maghrib and Isha during the Maghrib time, or between Maghrib and Isha during Isha time. Again, for the non-Muslims, no way. This Islamic legislation was made up by Prophet Muhammad. It must be from the creator of his creation. The one who created the creation, he knows what is good for them and what is bad for them. That's why one of the scholars mentioned the way to prove Islam is the truth, the Islamic legislation is so perfect. Okay? I hope that is clear. That is called a fiqh. The fiqh issues. You can put a fiqh. Because this issue of prayer, how to pray, is not to do with aqidah. It's a fiqh issue. So a fiqh means jurisprudence. Okay? I hope that is clear. And
What was the hadith you said again?
the hadith in Sahih Muslim, Ibn Abbas said, we used to combine between the prayers during the life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and there was no cold or rain. They said, why? He said to remove difficulty. Okay?
There wasn't traveling.
There was no shuffling, no. You're allowed to combine without shortening the prayers. Do you understand that? So you pray Dhuhr, like my brother, I remember when he came from France. I mean, he wanted to, you not say my brother is my Muslim brother, no?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Okay. When he came to pray Maghrib, okay, he prayed 1 rak'ah and a half. I said, how you did it? He said, yeah, but I'm a traveler. I said, no, you cannot shorten Maghrib. How you pray 1.5? So, yeah, you stop there, then you come back, salam alaikum. Wallahi made me laugh. Because he prayed too fast. I was cooking food for him. I looked, I said, you finished? He said, yeah. I said, I was too fast. He said, I said, how many? He said, yeah, I prayed Maghrib 1.5. I said, no, you don't shorten the Maghrib prayer and the Fajr prayer. May Allah bless you all. May Allah forgive us and give us sincerity. سبحانك الله بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت استغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. خلاص إخوة والله.
That one.
لا وراك.
It's not mine. Sam, man. Hello.